All right, guys, quick video on quick proof. These are ones that are talking about things that are bisecting or midpoint, not the guys that talk about complementary or supplementary angles. So in this case, we have this lovely picture. We're going to quickly write our first statement. And remember, when we write our first statement, we are honestly just rewriting what's given. No joke. And then you're writing the word given for your first reason, free points. Please don't forget that. Step 2. Got to come up with something. Based on this given information, you're looking at the picture. Let's mark the picture and let's come up with something. So it says RE. This is R to E. Angle MRN. There we go, angle MRN. Look within MRN. Look at the area inside there and what those angles are. And I clearly see there's an angle 1 and an angle 2. And I'm not looking anywhere else on the outside. I'm just looking inside there. The word bisects, I know you all say, means congruent. So then let's just tell us that. Write something that's congruent. Well, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. How did you know that? Right? Just from class, we take that word bisects and we sort of use that as our reason over here. So we have the definition of, technically, right? I like to say it's angle bisector. But if you say definition of bisects, we're cool with that too. All right, now that we did that, now that we wrote our first statement and we wrote a second statement based on that with something being congruent, we're done with it. I like to say cross off that given at the top of the page there because we're done with it. And we have to go back. I'm going to erase this. Look at our picture, and you have to come up with something in your picture that's true. Remember, true. 100% of the time, nobody can tell you you're wrong. And we showed you that we're trying to find vertical angles. And hopefully you figured out that 1 and 4 are indeed vertical angles. So our next step would be to say that 1 is congruent to angle 4 because vertical angles are congruent. I keep saying vertical angles. Well, there it is. There's our reason. Vertical angle theorem. All right. There we go. Now we go back and we look at our picture some more and we want to say something else. I see no more vertical angles, and we know we're trying to teach you that that's in this case here, these are the proofs that we're working on. Let's say vertical angles. You could say angles 1 plus angle 2 equals angle MRN. That's not going to help us here in this case. We're really looking for things that are congruent in this case. So we have those, and we've written enough. Let's just go back to that crossing things off from class, that transitive property. I have these two statements that are vertical here. I'll highlight them, or that are congruent here. I'm sorry. And now I just want to cross something off. Let's see, I can cross off the 1s because they are the same. Looks like I'm left with 2 being congruent to 4. Is that what I'm trying to prove? Yes, it is. That's how I know I'm done. I can then write my last statement. Statement 4, angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. That's what we're trying to prove after all, right up here at the top of the page. And then how do we know that? What did we do there when we crossed off the 1s? We used our transitive property to come up with that guy. Okay? Remember, transitive property is the one where you're crossing off the things that are same and writing the things that are not. Let me stop this guy.